right, good morning, traders. Today is October 30th, 2024. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in digital land. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole deal. Thank you, everybody. All right, my SPY pivot this morning, 581.65. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab Five are in daily uptrends. SPY closed with a 2-hour uptrend, a 10-minute downtrend. IWM made a lower high and a lower low, closing over a bullish cross over the 17 EMA. Diamond Dow made an outside day. That's a higher high and a lower low, closing below a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. Good morning, Lenny. QQQ, SPY, FNG, all three made outside days, higher highs, lower lows, okay? Closing over their bullish traps, over their 17 EMAs. Gold and silver, both in daily uptrends. Gold made a new all-time high. Silver made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. UNG still in an uptrend, not a very convincing one. Made a higher low and a higher high, closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. USO in a downtrend, made a lower low and a lower high, closing under a bearish trap under the 17. And US dollar index still in an uptrend, closed near the 104.27 area. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. All right. So here's SPY. Here's the 5-minute chart of the SPY. Let's take a look at the 10-minute. Okay, 10-minute chart of the SPY. We had a 10-minute downtrend coming into the close provided by the last three candles here. So 10-minute downtrend coming into the close. Pivot today, 581.65, which is right. Let me edit this. Oh, not far. I pretty much nailed it. All right, so right there, that thick line there. So above that, I'm a bull. Below that, I'm a bear. So for bullish entry, you got a downtrend coming into the close. So red erases green right here. All right, so below this area right here, 580.80, right there. That would be my first entry for a move lower. Okay, if price got below 580.80, I'd start my entry and start accumulating shares as in a put to the downside. All right, and for a long trade, all right, currently in pre-market, I would like to see price action. I'd like to see green erases red. And that would have to come up over this area right here. That would be 582.68. So that'd be the game plan. All right. Over 562.68, I'm a bull. Underneath 580.80, I'm a bear. All right. Those would be my two entries. Other than that, it could probably waffle back and forth across this line. We'll see what happens. All right, so we got ourselves a downtrend line and an uptrend line. Let me just extend this just a little further, just see how it lines up. So price action came down through the uptrend line right here. That's the gold and the green, all right, and couldn't hold it down there. And then we came back up here, and now we're kind of holding it just barely, all right, in the pre-market, post-market, above this downtrend line. That's the gold line up top here that's slanted down, whereas this one is slanted up. All right, so there's our entries, 580.80 and 582.68, something right around there, 582.68, price over that. All right, 2-hour chart. What do we have with the 2-hour chart? We had, you can see it right here, we had a 2-hour uptrend. That would be the thin yellow line. That's the 3 EMA, the faster moving average, up over the 8 EMA. That's the slower moving average. That's the white thin line. And all three of them price, the 3 and the 8 EMA, all right, all up over the 17 EMA, which is the green dots there. So that's a 2-hour uptrend. On the daily chart, We had an outside day that's a lower low and a higher high. And where did we close? We closed over a bullish trap, over rising 17 EMA. Okay, so that's bullish. Up over prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Give me just a second here. Let me pause this. All right, I'm back. Okay, so 2 hour, so on the daily, we're still in a daily uptrend, making higher lows and higher highs. Again, closing up over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, closing up over the 17. Everything's still bullish on SPY. Let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ doing the same thing. Outside day, lower low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the 17, making higher lows and higher highs, and up over prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Everything's still working on QQQ. FNGU. Higher lows, higher highs, closing up over the 17, up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Everything's still working on FNGU. Price action closing up here, breaking out of the base, up over, you can see right there, so breakout over the base, which was 466. Price action up here, 488. Closing up there in quadrant 4. All right, so there's FNG. Let's take a look at IWM. All right, IWM making higher lows, higher highs. This is the 2024 high anchored VWAP. Price is up over it. Price is consolidating up here in in the upper third, not quite quadrant 4. It's in quadrant 3. 4 would be the top one. You can see we closed down here below it. We were up there for a little bit. Price action making higher lows, higher highs, and up over that 12-month anchored VWAP. And price action up over the trend line, and price action, closing up over the 17 EMA. So everything's still bullish on IWM. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. All right, Diamond Dow's a little bit different, but it's still bullish. All right, so on Diamond Dow, we're making higher lows because there's a prior low, and we're making higher highs. So there's a trend. All right, so there's an uptrend on the daily chart. We have not made a lower low, so we're still in a daily uptrend. If they take out this low right here, okay, they're going to be in a downtrend. Okay, currently, price action for yesterday is looks like an outside day. Again, that would be a higher high and a lower low. They closed under a bearish trap, under the 17, under the all-time high anchored VWAP, and under the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. And they closed darn near the upper third, but not quite. No cigar there. Okay, you see that would probably be the upper third right there. And they just missed it by not by much right there. Okay, nice to see them close up in the quadrant 4 or in the upper third right now. They're still looking good. They're over the midpoint, and they haven't made lower lows. Still bullish there. Okay, so anytime price action moves up, all right, if it moves up and it holds the higher ground, that's bullish. All right, so basically, if we back out of this just a bit, you can see price action has moved up. All right. And is, wow, and still holding the higher ground. That's way too big right there. And still holding the higher ground up here, okay? Just, it's underneath this, all right? So we're looking for that 1 hour, 2 hour uptrend to transition sometime maybe this week. We'll see. Maybe they pull back and start a downtrend. We never know, all right? But there's Diamond Dow, still bullish. So all of the Fab 5 still bullish, still in daily uptrends. Diamond Dow is coming dangerously close to being in a downtrend, breaking the 5 of the 5 being in uptrends, and then we'd only have 4 of the 5. All right, but Diamond Dow, you got to remember, Diamond Dow only has 30 stocks, okay? It's a lot different than QQQ, which happens to have, 100 stocks. You got S&P 500, that's the SPY, all right? And you got the Russell 2000. That's the one with the most of them, all right? So Russell 2000 kind of encompasses more of the market than the other three indices altogether. All right, so let's go take a look at technicals. So here's T2122. You can see we spent our day ripping through the seller's chop zone, bouncing out of the sell zone, and just chomping back and forth in between the sell zone and the seller's chop zone. So nothing really productive happened, if you ask me, when it comes to being bullish on T2122. So T2123, of course, is going to replicate or confirm that. And you can see selling from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. This is some really weird price action. All right, so there's T2123. Again, like I said, we ran up for 2 months. Having 7 days pullback would be a normal thing, maybe even 2 weeks. Okay, so you got 1, 2, let's see, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's 7th day. All right, we're underneath the midpoint. I like it when they hold above the midpoint. Maybe we recover that today. Maybe we close another day below, making a rubber band candle. We'll see. But anyways, there's T2123, 15-minute chart. You can see price action far away from the rising 200, far underneath the rising 200 there. Like to see it recover the midpoint and close some candles up here. It was very bearish yesterday. You can see that they gapped down. All right. Again, this is a clue that I look for. Price gaps down and then holds the lower ground there. That's bearish, right? Okay, and then on top of that, remember, it's only a 15-minute time frame. Okay, so, and then the bulls can't come back and fill the gap. All right, so the bears had control yesterday, okay? T2123, all right? So let's go take a look at same product, okay, but it's on a 3-bar chart. Okay, a little bit different because we got the 200 rising up from below, all right? It's going to be a slower moving average as compared to the 15 because we're on a 3-bar chart, but rising up through these prior all-time highs, that's these 3 lines right here. Price action, you can see right there, it's in the same spot as the 15, putting in 3 more red candles right there, okay, but still bullish, okay? See, this is the move up, and it started back in, I guess we'll call it September. So we went all through October 15th, so there's about a month. So it looks like about 30, 45 days there, all right? And now they're taking a break. That's well needed, all right? Maybe a break, put in some foundation, maybe move a little higher. We'll see. So there's T2123, 3-bar chart. We'll keep it there. Take a look at FNGU. All right, FNGU yesterday, all right, green from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. Nice rip coming right off of this rising 200 SMA. All right, so really nice rip. And then look at the follow through in the pre-market, post-market. Probably hit some type of resistance if I pan out here. Okay, I want to just see. All right, where would I expect resistance? See this peak right there from 2021? So that was the prior all-time high. All right, you can see price action kind of coming, really close to tagging that right there, okay? So that's a prior all-time high, and this is the all-time high. So you can see price probably going to hang up here for, who knows, maybe a couple weeks, maybe a week or so. We'll see. Maybe a couple days. We don't know, all right? So probably expect some type of reaction through there. So there's FNGU. Nice work on FNGU. Back to the 15. Green from the beginning to the end, up over the rising 200 SMA. That's very bullish right there. We're up at a prior all-time high. That's bullish. Everything looking good. All right, like I said, in the Fab 5. In the technicals, not bad at all. All right, just need to turn things around on the shorter time frame. All right, let's go take a look at a few sectors, and then we'll go take a look at the economics package. 4 sectors, SMH, this is a semiconductor sector, up over prior all-time high anchored VWAP, all right, up over the all-time high anchored VWAP, making higher highs and higher lows. We're in an uptrend, hanging out over the 17 EMA. Everything's still bullish, looking good on SMH. All right, let's take a look at XLK. Technology sector, same deal, moving up, holding higher ground, up over the 17, up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. And you can see right there, we're very close. We come really close in these days of consolidation through here to taking out those highs. See, we're not far from it. All right, just all it is that little nub up there. Okay, so XLK still bullish, still in an uptrend, still looking good there. XLI. All right, XLI a little bit different, kind of like the Dow Jones Industrials. All right, a little bit different. Underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP, underneath the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, and underneath the 17. But all in all, still kind of hanging out close to the upper third right there. Not sure if it made it in there yesterday or not. Is that today's candle? Yeah, that's today's candle. So not quite making it into the upper third. Yeah, that's in there. As long as they don't break this low, see, they came really close to breaking that low right there. See this low right there? They came really close to breaking that low. Didn't quite get it done. All right, so this is still bullish, still in an uptrend, up over the midpoint, kind of close to the upper third. That's still bullish. Everything's still looking good, just not as strong as some of the other sectors because we're not up over those prior all-time high anchored VWAPs or over the all-time high anchored VWAPs. But there is XLI. And there is the measured move that I calculated after this pullback right here. And I was looking for that measured move to materialize. And you can see we nailed the measured move and then some up there on XLI. So now it's kind of pulling back to where it should have stopped and kind of hanging out there, right in the same area on the top of this block right there. Okay, so there's XLI. Take a look at XLU. All right, XLU, here's a prior all-time high. There's the all-time high. XLU, still in an uptrend. If we put the quad lines in there, I know we're going to be hanging out pretty much in quadrant 4. Absolutely, right there. Okay, so that's still bullish, all right? Still in an uptrend, okay, because we're making higher lows and higher highs, so still in an uptrend. If they take out this low, they'll be in a downtrend. All right, price action for yesterday, lower high, lower low, closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA right there. Okay, and under prior all-time high anchored VWAP, under the all-time high anchored VWAP as well. We just haven't made lower lows, but still bullish, hanging out in the upper quadrant and still making higher lows and higher highs. So everything's still working in XLU, just not quite the strength that it has in the technology sector or the semiconductors. Okay, let's take a look at XLF. Here's the financials. There's the all-time high anchored VWAP. Here's the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. You can see price action doing some of the right stuff, and that's moving up and over, okay, holding the higher ground. That's bullish. All right, we're up here in quadrant 4. That's bullish. Up over the 17. That's bullish. Price action up over prior all-time high anchored VWAP. That's bullish. Everything's still looking good on XLF. All right, let's take a look at XRT. All right, here's the retail sector making higher highs, higher lows. Up over the midpoint, that's bullish. Up over all-time high anchored VWAP, that's bullish. Still moving up, holding this higher ground up here. That's still bullish, making the higher low. Still bullish on XRT. I'm still looking for that breakout, okay? Look how many times we've been up to this top line here, 78.35, okay? Looks like about close to 10 or 12 times, all right? I think a breakout is coming shortly, all right? I don't know when, but I'm expecting a breakout to materialize shortly. If not a breakout, at least a test of those other breakouts right there. So there's XRT, everything's still working out there. IYT, here's the transports. This is a prior all-time high, that's the blue line. This would be the all-time high rate there. Okay, so there's up over prior all-time high, anchored VWAP. Price action is bullish. Okay, this is the all-time high right there. We're underneath that. You see price action is in the upper third, not quite in the upper third, kind of lost it right there. Still making higher lows and higher highs over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. That's bullish. Over the midpoint, that's bullish. We closed yesterday under the 17, not so much, and under the all-time high anchored VWAP, not so much. Still acting bullish over the midpoint there, so that's looking good. All right, not quite as strong as we used to look. All right, a couple days ago we were up here in quadrant 4. Now we're just in the top side of quadrant 3. Okay, so kind of melting, we're losing the higher ground in some of these stocks. There's the transports losing a little bit of the higher ground. You look at the industrials, we're losing a little bit of the higher ground. You look at the utilities, okay, we're losing some of that higher ground. We were up here at the top. Now we're kind of melting through, looking like we're going to melt through here. So we'll see what happens. So there's XLU, XLF, and the transports. Now my favorite has always been the transports because that shows me that products are getting moved around the country. Workers and service personnel, people that put cranes together, people that put heavy machinery together are being moved around the country, and things are moving forward. It shows me progress. Like to see that when the transports are making new all-time highs, and we just made a new all-time high about 10 days ago, okay? That means products are getting stocked on the shelves. That means products are being shipped and sold to consumers, either delivered at home or office. All right, so I'm a big fan of the IYT. I like that. I just prefer if it would have held this area a little bit longer, all right? See how we're giving it up? We're moving up, but now we're giving it up just a little bit by a little bit each day. So we'll see what happens. So there's IYT. Let's take a look at the economics package. All right, here's the dollar close. That's this. See this candle? I like those candles because I want the dollar to be weak. All right, and on that candle, notice that there is more wick than body and tail. Okay, so as far as wick and body go, so like the top half of a candle like that, that would be the wick. The bottom half, that would be the tail. And the body is the solid section in the middle. Typically in the middle, doesn't always have to be in the middle. See like that, not quite in the middle. Anyways, you got way more wick than you do body and tail. So I like that. This one doing the exact opposite. Today's price action got more tail than body and wick. So that's a very bullish candle, where this is a very bearish candle. All right, so we closed the day right around 104.27. All right, still in that uptrend. We broke this low, this high, and we're working on this high next. Okay, so we'll see what happens here with the U.S. dollar. I would like it to come back down. We had a really big rally, big bounce off of this area. So we were at a 2-year low down here, but not anymore. All right, so excuse me. All right, let's take a look at, let's just go ahead and hit the economic calendar. All right, in 5 minutes, all right, and thank you, Alan. I know he's probably going to post it. In 5 minutes, we're going to get some big data, all right? And it has a lot to do with this number right here on the dollar. Okay, I want to point out that last month, okay, see all of this? The dollar was at a 2-year low. When the dollar's cheap, our goods and services become more affordable to foreign countries, whether we're selling cars or showing people how to install air conditioning or how to drill oil wells in new ways or new technology. Okay, so our goods and services, foreign countries don't have to pay as much. In other words, when they convert their currency to our currency, it doesn't cost them as much of their currency because our dollar is weaker. All right, so that makes it more affordable, and it makes us more competitive against other countries that are trying to sell the same goods and services. All right, so we're going to get GDP in about 4 minutes. I'm expecting it to look really good based on the fact that this price action for the dollar last month was at a 2-year low. All right, so we'll see what happens. See, here's the low, and we were at a 2-year low last month. So I'm expecting pretty good GDP to come out. Not fantastic, but I think it should exceed expectations based on the weakness of the dollar that we had last month. All right, so we'll see what happens there. So back to the economic calendar, and you can see how all of that makes sense now today, because the GDP is going to be released at 8:30. All right, ADP employment report comes out at 8:15. It already came out. MBA mortgage applications came out at 7. Treasury refunding announcement at 8:30. Pending home sales at 10. Petroleum report 10:30. And a Treasury buyback announcement at 11. Tomorrow, jobless claims, job challenger cut report, all right, comes out at 7:30. That's tomorrow, Thursday. Jobless claims comes out at 8:30. Personal income and outlays at 8:30. Employment cost index 8:30. Chicago PMI 945. Natural gas report at 10:30, usually every Thursday. Same as the petroleum report, comes out 10:30 almost every Wednesday. Treasury buyback announcement again at 11. Okay, and then on Friday we get a PMI manufacturing final at 9:45 on Friday. A Fed speaker, but it's not Mr. Powell. Not much to worry about there. ISM manufacturing index 10 a.m. on Friday. Construction spending at 10 a.m. on Friday as well. And a rig count at 1 o'clock, just like there is almost every Friday at 1 o'clock. All right, so there's that. So the main event is today. That's GDP at 8:30. Okay, so we want a good looking number. All right, now on the earnings calendar, last night, guess who reported? Alphabet. Okay, that'd be Google. So Google and I think AMD reported last night. Says Alphabet was supposed to report in the morning. They reported in the evening. So they reported along with Visa, all right? They reported good numbers. AMD, not so much, all right? But Alphabet, good numbers. And we got a little pop in the market overnight. Okay, right now it's kind of pulling back. All right, so for Wednesday, tonight, after the close, more volatility's coming, all right? $3 trillion of market cap from Microsoft. All right, $1.5 trillion basically from Facebook or Meta, whichever one you want to call it. That's happening tonight. Along with that, Amgen, $170 billion. They're going to report. Booking Holdings. My bad. Booking Holdings, $145 billion. They're going to report tonight as well. Starbucks, $110 billion. They're going to report tonight. Okay, so there's some big market cap reporting tonight. Okay, that will move the markets. It's capable of really moving the markets. Eli Lilly's going to report this morning if they haven't already. $848 billion, not too shabby. All right, almost $1 trillion there. Okay, so it's pretty impressive. Eli Lilly, $848 billion. AbbVie, $331 billion. That's over a quarter of a trillion right there. They're going to report this morning. Caterpillar, $187 billion. They're reporting this morning. ADP, Automatic data processing, they report this morning 117. UBS, a bank, 111 billion. They report this morning as well, and along with some other notable names. All right, but nothing that's going to move the market. It's not like this will probably dominate the news, and the price action is Microsoft and Meta, along with Amgen. All right, that happens tonight. All right, for tomorrow. All right, tomorrow we're going to have Apple. That's a big one. All right, $3.5 trillion. That's going to report tomorrow night. All right, tonight we got Meta. All right, and Microsoft. Tomorrow night we got $3.5 trillion there from Apple, and almost $2 trillion from Amazon. So you can see it's another $5 trillion reporting tomorrow night. All right. In the morning, we're going to have MasterCard's going to report $468 billion. Not too bad there. Almost $500 billion. They're going to report Thursday morning. Merck's going to report Thursday morning, $263 billion. Linde Corporation, $226. They're going to report Thursday morning, along with Shell, $208 billion. Uber, $163 billion. They're going to report Thursday morning. Comcast, $161 billion. Total Energies, $149 billion. Eaton Corporation, $137 billion. So a lot of market cap reporting Thursday morning, but not quite the headliner that Apple and Amazon have in the evening. All right. Now for Friday. Okay. Friday, Berkshire is going to report their earnings, and that's about $2 trillion there. I don't know if it happens in the morning, in the evening, or throughout the day. We'll see what happens, but that's capable of moving the markets as well. All right. ExxonMobil in the morning on Friday, $530 billion. That's $500 billion. Chevron, $275 billion in the morning on Friday. Enbridge, $87 billion. You can see some more familiar names: Dominion Energy, Simon Property Group, Charter Communications. All right, all of these are familiar names, but they're not going to move the markets. Not like Berkshire Hathaway will, or ExxonMobil. All right. For Monday, what do we got on Monday? We got Veritex Pharmaceuticals, $122 billion. Platinier's going to report $100 billion there. That's at Monday evening. Again, some more notables. All right, but nothing that's going to move the markets like the big boys. All right, they probably won't even be affected by the markets. Okay, they could probably push their sectors around a little bit. So that's it for the earnings calendar. Max Payne. See if they're going to give it to us today. Thanks, Alan. Less than expected. You would have thought would have had better than that. All right. Well, that's a disappointment. I wonder what the market thinks of that. Max Payne for today, 581. Same as it was yesterday. One put to every call. All right. So not much of a put squeeze. And Max Payne's 581. That puts us going in the other direction. All right, traders, that's it for me. All right. I will see you all at 9:15, and we'll kick off the markets. All right. Thank you, everybody out there in digital land. I hope you find value in my content. Appreciate your subscription. I hope to earn your attention. Thank you so much.